Hey guys, it's Licious Kid from ClimaxCombo here. Back with another League of the Weeks. Yeah. Uh, Continuing off with Kantai Collection. Nothing else to say really, so let's get started. This week features a lot of very interesting cards, so hopefully this video is not too long. I'll do my best to not make this too long, and yeah. So, let's get started. Monday's League. All these cards kind of synergize with each other, so I'll go over all of them first. So first is 2-1 7.5k. All your other Issei class number 2 Hyuga gets 1k, which is this card right here. And this card has another effect. When you play the stock 1 soul, you can pay 1, send her to clock, and get this level 3 from your waiting room to the slot that she was in. Next, we have this other 2-1 7.5k. She gives this card 1k, and she also combos with the free stock 1 soul. Exact same cost. When you play the free stock 1 soul, you may pay 1, send her to clock, and get her respective level 3 from the waiting room to the slot she was in. Now the level 3s. This level 3 gives this one 1k global, but her other effect is different. During the start of your opponent's battle phase, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, choose one of your characters and this card, swap their position, and this card gets plus 2k until the end of the turn. The other 3-2 gives, okay, so this one, once again, gives this level 3 1k. However, when she's played from hand to stage or by the change, you can discard a card. If you do, she gets plus 1k and the following effect until the end of the turn. When this card reverses its opponent in battle, you may send that card to the owner's clock. And her last effects can only be activated once per turn. When you use a startup, she gets plus 1k until the end of the turn. So once again, the free stock 1 soul. So let's go over these. The 2-1s are pretty. Their first effect is pretty much stupid. It's non-existent. Pretty much when you play them, you only get. Let's say you have both of them out. They're only 2-1-8-5s, which is nothing special. They only hit vanilla power. And besides, when you play them, you're probably gonna play the ClimaxCombo to get them out ASAP. So you pay 1, clock them, you get their level 3s. So this level 3, first off, it's okay. The whole position swap thing, just like the Nisamono card, Karen, is cool, I guess, but I don't think you have to be using that at level 2. I think it's a little too hand intensive at level 2. If you use it too much, then you might screw yourself at level 3. So this card, I it's okay at level 3. No, it's okay at level 3 because you get to do the whole swap thing. But whatever, that effect's not that great to be honest, in my opinion. So yeah, this card is whatever. But this card is pretty cool. The whole shoot to owners, shoot to clock is nice, and she's only in R. But however, unlike Homura or Ryder from Fate Zero, when they reverse it, you pay the 1 for them when they reverse the character. However, this card, you have to discard the card first before she even reverses something. So if you don't reverse a character on the turn she's played, then you've discarded an extra card for nothing. So, kinda sucks. So yeah, this card is pretty cool. However, I would not run the change. You don't need to be shooting stuff to the opponent's clock at level 2. And you have to run the stock 1 soul, which is not that good of a climax. And lastly, it makes the timing on her last effect really stupid because you can't use startups during climax phase. So I was like, why the hell does she even have this effect? Whatever. Pretty much, don't run the changes. Don't run the free stock 1 soul. You can run 1 or 2 of these if you're running green if you want to shoot her, because it's not bad, and she's only an R, which is very nice. This card I probably wouldn't run. But yeah, Monday's leaks, not bad. Tuesday's leaks. First off, we have this 2-1-5k double R. So what she does is, when you play the Wind Trigger, you may choose one of your characters with Carrier in its name, and gains the following effect until the end of the turn. This can only be activated once a turn. When the damage of this card deals is cancelled, you may pay cost, which is 1. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent. And her other effect is rest this, give a character plus 3k until the end of the turn. Next up, we have this 2/2, 8k, once again, double R. When she attacks with the wind trigger, choose one of your opponent's character, bounce it back to their hand, and she has Clock Encore, and the wind trigger, Climax rare. So, first off, I think this 2/1, 5k is pretty cool. 3k pump is no joke, but of course, since it only targets one character, and it doesn't work on defending, your characters are very weak on defense, and only one of your characters are super strong on offense. Her climax combo is pretty cool because, you know, it gives one of your carrier the pay 1 shock trigger essentially, but she only works with carriers. Now, it can be kind of problematic because there are, like, you know, battleships, destroyers, submarines, other different typings. But with any carriers, I believe there's like heavy carriers, aircraft carriers, light carriers. So since it's nice because it works for lots of carriers, so we'll have to see more carriers for this climax combo to be more viable. But still a pretty cool card in my opinion, nonetheless. This card, not so cool in my opinion. 2/2 AK is very weak. Clock Encore at level 2 can be more iffy, because if you hit a climax before refresh at level 2, then it's very hard to get that climax back, and you'll be refreshing with 7 at the least, which sucks. So yeah, and the whole, when you play the 1k1 soul, you get to bounce a character. Cool, I guess, you get to bounce their back rows, but not worth it in my opinion. Wind Trigger, I think Wind Trigger is cool. It can screw up a lot of decks very hard. Like if you bounce Rewrites 2/2 Chihaya at level 1, good for you. If you could bounce, what other good cards are there? 2/1 Vivid Blue at level 1, cool. Once again, of course, bounce marker cards, get rid of all those markers. Bounce Level Assist, Withdraw Phase Change, Milky Holmes, Madoka. Bounce 3/2 Hayate from Nanoha. So yeah, bounce can really screw up a lot of decks. People can run 6 gates, 2 wind triggers. So yeah, we'll just have to see what else yellow has to offer, but I think wind trigger is a very nice climax to run. Lastly, we have this 2/1, 2.5k backup. So first of all, she's a pay 1, 2.5k backup, so she's weaker than the average 3k backup. But of course, because she has another effect. When you use this backup, you may pay an extra 2, clock yourself 1 damage. If you do, choose an opponent's character, which is a higher level than the opponent's. Okay, if you do, choose one of your opponent's character, which are of a higher level than your opponent's level, and place it to the bottom of the owner's deck. So essentially, you get to kill characters that changed. Avast, thank you for letting me know. Anyways, so you can kill changers at level 2. So any card with a 2/3 change, like Angel Beats, Yuripe, Maki, Eddie from Love Live, just naming cards in my deck. Guilty Crown, you can run the Inoris, kill the Inoris. You can kill marker cards that get +1 level. So yeah, you can kill changes. At level 3, it's pretty irrelevant. So I think the cost is very heavy. You have to pay a total of 3, and you have to clock yourself 1 damage at level 2, which hurts. But depending on the situation, it may or may not be worth it. I don't know, it's situationally good, but I think it's a cool card you can just run one of in your decks, because of course backups don't follow the color rolling. So yeah, why not just run one in case you do find a matchup where this card can really help you. So cool card in my opinion. That's Tuesday's leaks. Wednesday leaks. More combo cards. So let's get started. When you control another Kuma class torpedo number 3, Kitama Kai 2, this gains the following effect. Pay 1, send it to waiting room. Choose one of the Kuma class torpedo cruiser number 4, Okai 2 from your waiting room and place it to the original border of this card. So, essentially, if you have this card, no. Kuma class torpedo cruiser number 3, Kitama Kai 2. Yeah, so if you control this card, this 2/1 8K, you can pay 1, send her to waiting room to play her respective level 2. Might be a little complicated, but and this card effect is very similar. If you control this level 2, she gains the effect of you can pay 1, send her to waiting room to get her level 2 from the waiting room. So yeah. Next, they're level 2s. They both combo with the +2 soul climax. So when you play the +2 soul, and this is in the front, you may mill top 2 cards of your library. If there is any climaxes amongst those cards, deal X damage to your opponent, where X is the number of heavy torpedo cruiser characters you control. Of course, the damage can be cancelled. This card, exact same combo. Play the +2 soul, mill top 2. If there's a climax, deal X damage, where X is the number of heavy torpedo cruisers you control, and the +2 soul. So, first of all, these 105Ks, probably not worth running. But, you know, the real effect lies in these 2 1s. So you play the +2 soul, mill top 2, hit a climax, deal X damage, where X is the number of heavy torpedo cruisers you control. So, as of right now, their level 1s are not heavy torpedo cruisers. This is a heavy torpedo cruiser, this is, and the last card leaked today. There's only 3 different heavy torpedo cruisers right now. So you can't make a, well, as of right now, I'm assuming you cannot make a mono heavy torpedo cruiser. So, most of, let's say you have 3 in the front row, this, and maybe another one of this. Probably you're going to deal the most of at least 2 to 3 damage. 2 to 3 damage, so that's not bad. But of course, it is inconsistent because right now they don't. Right now they do have a top checker, but they don't have a top 2 checker. So you don't know if you're gonna mill a climax on the top 2 cards of your library. Yeah, for both of them. So yeah, and it also combos with the +2 soul climax. The +2 soul is inconsistent. Either it, you know, soul rushes your opponent really hard, or they cancel everything and you just, yeah, accomplish absolutely nothing. So first of all, +2 soul, very inconsistent. Of course, these 2 1s combos are inconsistent as well. So inconsistent combo, but hey, it sounds like a lot of fun, and they're only ours. So if you want to make a, you know, crazy heavy torpedo cruiser deck with 4 +2 souls, 4 Pans triggers to be an asshole to get these back, why not? Go have fun. But yeah, inconsistent. Probably not going to be ran in most serious decks, but a fun alternative, I think. If you buy a carton, you could just make a little heavy torpedo cruiser deck. But yeah, inconsistent but fun. Lastly, the last heavy torpedo cruiser, 2/1 6K. When there's a marker underneath this card, it gets +3K, so she's 2/1 9K. How does she get her marker? When she's played from hand to stage, you can choose another one of her from your waiting room and place it underneath her as a marker. And her last effect, you can kill off a mark. You can send the marker from her to the waiting room, and she gets +1 soul until the end of the turn. This card is okay. 2/1 9Ks are pretty cool. You know, a cheap way for decks without good level 2s games to have a cheap little beater. And if you play her before refresh, grab one of her, put her under her, so you decompress yourself by 1 card. I think every card does count in compression, so that's cool. And you know, when you're done with her, you can just give her +1 soul. But so yeah, kind of cool card just because you can decompress yourself with it. You're probably gonna have to run 3 or 4 of these to make these consistent. 2 of these would not cut it in my opinion, so probably 3 or 4 of these. I guess this card would have to depend on how good Kantai's level 2 game is. So yeah, I think it's a cool card, but probably not going to be ran. I'm sure they'll have a better alternative than this. But yeah, that is Wednesday's leak. Time for Thursday's leak. The Kangou sisters have arrived. So let's start off with the first one. 3/2 9.5K double R. So when she's played from hand to stage, choose a ship girl from your waiting room, add it back to your hand. So on play, salvage. Cool. Her other effect. Place 2 of your other ship girls to rest, send her to the waiting room. If you do, choose this level 3 from your waiting room and place it to the original border of this card, and that card gets plus 1k until the end of the turn. The card she changes into is her Kai form, 3/3, 9.5k. Double R plus. This card gets 1 X power, where X is a level character directly opposite of this times 1000. When she's played from hand to stage or by the change, give all your characters plus 2k until the end of the turn. So, let's go over these first 2 cards. On play salvage is cool. I like those effects. On play salvage or on play search your deck. I think those cards are pretty nice for situations where you're at 3-0 and you just want to, get more hand size. So I think this card is pretty cool. But she's 9.5k, but doesn't matter. You're probably going to change into her 3/3. 3/3 is 9.5k, but of course that's because she gets 1k for every, the level times 1000. So most of the time she's probably going to fight a level 3, so she'll be 12.5k base, fighting a level 2, 11.5 base, fighting a level 1, 10.5 base. So yeah, she's pretty strong, but big power doesn't help you win games. It helps you, or big power doesn't win you games. It helps, but it's not going to stop your opponent from dealing soul damage to you. So, it's cool, I guess. You can just tap to kill her off, play this. When she's played by this effect, it gets plus 1k, so she'll be 10.5, and all your characters get plus 2k, so she'll be, 10.5, 11.5, 12.5. Let's see, she's fighting a level 3, 15.5. If you have a little assist, 16, 17k? Holy shit. Don't mess with that, but who cares, to be honest? Sure, you win one fight, but is it worth clogging your deck up with 3/3s? If you draw this, it's a pretty dead card. I mean, you're paying 3 just for a strong character that doesn't heal, doesn't plus, doesn't help finish off the game in the form of burn, ping, search top 5, whatever you name it. It doesn't have a cool on-play effect, so I think this card is pretty bad. This card is whatever. She's essentially just a 3/2 salvage, which is not the greatest of things ever, so I don't think these cards are very good, to be honest. But let's go on. Next we have Haruna, 3/2, 10k. Once again, double R. When she's placed from hand to stage, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a ship girl, you deal 1 damage to your opponent. Of course, this damage can't be cancelled. And her other effect, during the start of your Encore phase, if you have no center stage characters in rest, you may pay the cost, which is 1, put her back to rest. Her last effect, place 1 ship girl character to rest, gets plus 1k until the end of the turn. So I think this card is pretty cool. It's essentially, on play, reveal top, ship girl, cool, deal 1 damage. There's cards like this already, like, I think her name, Haruka in Idolmaster. Ray from Vivid Blue also pings 1, but those cards you have to pay an extra 1 on play to deal the 1 damage. However, Haruna is free, considering if you hit a ship girl. So Haruna is more inconsistent than the others, but she's a cheaper alternative. So I still think Haruna is a pretty cool card. I think Haruna is a cool card. A free, deal 1 on play, hit a climax, cool. If you don't, cool. Her other effect, during the start of your Encore phase, you have no other center stage characters in rest, you can pay 1 to put her back to rest. It's like, whatever, I probably just let her die, so I have a chance of salvaging her back or gating her again, so I could just deal another 1 damage. So pretty much on play, deal 1 damage. Put 2 of your characters in the back row to rest, she'll be 12k. She kills something, she dies off next turn. Haruna's done her job. So Haruna, cool card. I don't think this effect's worth it unless you're really screwed. And lastly, Kirishima, 3/2, 10k, another double R. When she's played from hand to stage, mill the top 3 cards of your library. If there is a level 1 and a level 2 amongst those cards, choose one of your opponent's cards in the waiting room and put it to top deck. Of course, climaxes are treated as level 0. Her other effect, on play you can discard a card. If you do, choose an opponent's level 2 or lower and send it to the waiting room. So let's go over our first effect. On play mill top 3 if you hit a level 1 and 2. Hitting a level 1 and 2, of course, I guess the keyword of the day is inconsistent once again. They don't have something that you can check the top 3 cards of your library to guarantee yourself a milling 1, 2, and 3, or leveling 1 and 2. It also depends on how you build your deck. Level 2 most people tend to run what? I'd like to say 4 to 7 level 2s. You know, a couple of them being level assists, a couple of them being a changer and backups, or being like level assists, cheap beaters, backups. Most of the time, depends on the deck. So, I guess how consistent her first effect would be depends on how much good level 2s Kantai have. So, that's whatever. I think her best effect is probably her second effect, because this effect targets back row. So you can play her, kill a level, a level of multiplier, level assist, cool stuff. And you can even discard climaxes, so you can discard a climax before a refresh. So yeah, I think Kirishima is cool. I would probably just run a one of her. I probably wouldn't run two. I think she's a cool one of in a deck. Kinda depends on how well Kantai can manage their hand size. So Kirishima, cool card, in my opinion. Haruna, also pretty cool. Eh. Of course. Friday, they reveal the last Kangou sister, the most popular one. I believe she is. I see her everywhere. Anyways, Kangou. Card everyone's talking about. People crying for bans. Cards raging OP. Everyone's just, Kangou is the talk of this week. So let's go over what Kangou does. She is 3-2, double R, once again, 8.5k. So when she's played from hand to stage, she gains the following effect. When this card reverses its opponent in battle, choose up to ship two ship girl characters from your waiting room, add them to your hand. And she combos with the gate. On attack with the gate, you deal 1 damage to your opponent, and she gets plus 3k until the end of the turn. Of course, the 1 damage can't be cancelled. And she has a third effect. During the start of your Encore phase, and this card is in rest, you may pay the cost, which is send her to waiting room. If you do, choose the her Kai form from the waiting room and place it to the board slot she was in. Her Kai form, 3/3, 10k, double R plus. For every character for every character you control, plus 500 power. When she's played from hand to stage or by change, heal. Last effect. Discard 1 card from your hand to the waiting room. During your opponent's turn, when this card is reversed, you can discard a card. If you do, place this card to rest, and during the start of your next Encore step, put her back. Send this card to the waiting room. Once again, combos with the 1k1 soul, gate, climax rare, of course, Bushiro making it hard to pick this deck. So, let's go over Kangou first. If you reverse, on play, if you reverse an opponent's by battle, you salvage 2, which is a plus 2. You play the gate along with that. She hits 11.5 from her effect, 12.5 because of the climax itself, the 1k1 soul. So 12.5 before assist. And you deal 1 damage to your opponent. And then after that, once you're done with her, then you get to just send her off to the waiting room and play her level 3. Her level 3 heals. Hopefully you have a full field. It's 12k, just like Sayaka. She heals and big power. Wow, crazy OP, right? But I guess I have to say once again, kind of inconsistent. Because Kangou is very dependent on this gate. Because she's a measly 8.5k. So when you play Kangou without the gate, she's 3-2, 8.5. That is really weak. Level 2s and level 3s can easily back up against Kangou to kill her off. If you decide to side or attack an open space, then you don't get to salvage, and all you get is a late healer that has a late heal, I should say, that has big power. But who really cares? But let's say you do attack with the gate. she'll be 12-5 base, right? Let's say you have a level assist. And this, let's say she's on the side with a level assist. So she's, once again, math, 11-5, 12-5. A level assist, she'll be 14k on the sides. Give it a 2 level assist, she'll be 12-5, 15-5 in the center. Still 14k, that's not the hardest thing to back up. I mean, like, level 3s with a level assist behind them is already 11-5, and then with a simple vanilla 3k backup, they hit 14-5. So on the side, Kangou is only 14k with a level assist, which is pretty weak. If you add in, 500 global, she'll be 14-5. Cool, but still pretty easily reversed, and that's considering you're trying to kill a 10k base. If they're like 10-5 base, 11k base, it makes it that much harder for Kangou to kill something. If you don't kill anything, then once again you're just paying. You're just essentially paying for a late heal. Yeah, and yeah, with the gate you do burn 1 damage, which is very nice. Ping 1 damage, that's always awesome. But yeah, I like, if you get her off, great. If not, sucks. Like, if your opponent has a field full of level 3s and you use this combo, you risk, and let's say she's 14k, cool. You attack an opponent's level 3, they back it up. You don't salvage, and you don't get to change. Because she has to be in rest, she can't be in reversed. So, you essentially accomplish nothing with Kangou except dealing 1 damage. So, yeah, people are saying, oh, but she doesn't have a level restriction on what she has to reverse, so she can reverse level 0s and level 1s. But still, she'll be cool if you hit level 3 before your opponent. If you hit 3 before your opponent, cool, you can probably kill off level 1 or level 2. But if it's like mid level 3 and you draw into Kangou, things might get a little iffy. Yeah. If they have like full field level 3, and if you side, yeah, well, it's again paying for a late heal. So Kangou, in my opinion, pretty dependent on the gate, and even then, is still pretty risky, considering your opponent has a field full of level 3s, or they just don't have anything weak. Because when I'm level 3, I don't really care about my level 1s and 0s, I'll just crash them into bigger characters. Like, most of the time I'll be compressed enough to, I'm sure that I'll cancel the extra damage I'm taking. But still, once again, situational, like always. And her Kai form, even. Like, cool, you get a big heal. You get a heal. She's 12k base, considering before assist. And, I don't know, her last effect I think is pretty stupid. During your opponent's turn, when she gets reversed, you can discard a card, and then she comes back to rest. If you attack with her, and then she gets reversed, you can't even use this last effect. And anyways, probably people won't be playing this effect unless you're really screwed. When she dies, you'll probably just want to play another Kangou, and then, try to loop the heal again. So her last effect's stupid. And once again, Kangou, this 3-3 is kind of a dead draw. You're paying an extra 1 more. Like, why not just play a 3-2 healer instead of a 3-3 healer? It's a dead draw, and it just takes up a lot of space in your deck. Because to make the change consistent, you probably have to run 2 to 3, or probably 3 of the Kangou Kai, 2 or 3 of the Kangou Kai, but that still takes a lot of your level 3 space. So is she worth your other level 3s? Who knows? Maybe people will just play Kangou by herself as a ping 1 and a potential +2. Who knows? But as of right now, I think Kangou's inconsistent just because of how reliant she is on the gate. She's very situational. She can be very rewarding or very bad. So yeah, that is my opinion on Kangou. I could be wrong. Who knows? Maybe when she comes out, she'll rape me and I'll be crying for bans. But yeah, as of right now, Kangou, very cool card. Even with all these effects, I think Kangou's very cool. Seems like a very fun card to run. It's a shame, Kantai is just way too hard to make. But yeah, that is Friday's leak. Very interesting leak. Friday offers, Thursday offers, a lot of interesting leaks. So yeah, just a lot of interesting leaks this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I guess I'll just, how many minutes are we at? 30? Holy shit. Anyways, I'll just go over these one by one again. No, I would not run this. No, I would not run this. No. Probably, maybe if I'm running green. No. If I'm running yellow, possibly. No. Possibly. Once again, if I'm running yellow, probably run one of. No, no. Yes, yes. If I'm running a torpedo cruiser fan fun deck. No, probably not. So yeah, Wednesday is just like a fan deck thingy. Thursday, no, no. Yes, yes, possibly, possibly. Very cool tech cards to run. These are probably one or two of. So yeah, it depends on what you build in your deck. And Kongo. I don't know what to think of Kongo. I probably run. You're gonna run 4 gates anyways, so you might as well run 2 Kongos. I would run 2 Kongos, 1 or 2 Kongos. Run the 4 gates. I probably wouldn't run her Kongo Kai form. But yeah, that is the leaks for this week. Yeah, I already said this, huh? But whatever. I'll say it again. Hope you guys enjoy this week. If you guys think Kongo's OP, you guys just think I'm some scrub. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about Kongo. But yeah, that is my opinion for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time.